The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Tomorrow, the New York Jets play a real football game. Well, kinda. It's the first preseason game, but they will actually tackle each other. So we'll talk about what to watch for on that and much more. It's a Friday, which means Boy Green is joining the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
We're here with Charles Gorman. Charles, you're about to get into your Uber, which I called for you specifically to leave Don Jose Mexican restaurant. Give us the breakdown on the night. Did you have fun?
I had a good time, Paul. I'm sorry I couldn't stay for long. My parents wanted me to be home at a certain time. I know I'm a grown-ass man, but their house, their rules. People were very nice. The food is good. Anyways, have a good day and stay healthy and God bless.
Charles, thank you for the time.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. Charles Gorman, everybody. One of one. A legend of our time. Go Jets.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. Shout out to Gator for the epic Charles Gorman, New Jersey Meetup themed open right there. Before we bring on today's awesome guest, the great Boy Green, who will join us every Friday around this time throughout the Jet season. Reminder, earlier today, the summer drop of merch is live in the Jake Asman merch store. We added flip-flops, we added sandals, we added shorts, we added doggy bandanas, and of course, a 4% female demographic clothing line, pink hoodies and shirts with the Asmaniac and Jake Asman Show logos available. So check that out. Thank you to everyone who purchased merch today. The sales have been great. I'm blown away by the support from this amazing community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want your merch, 15% off, join the Patreon and get all your merch once again at jakeasman.com/shop. Joining us right now in his weekly spot is someone who needs no introduction. You start your day with him on his channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Boy Green joins the show. What's up, BG?
Wow, Charles, I'm a grown-ass man. Damn. Man, that it looks like you guys had a time out there. The photos, the videos, man. Gorman's one of a kind, man. I love that. I'm a grown-ass man. That's a new t-shirt waiting to happen.
He really is one of the all-time greats. And I have a theory that today's the day we hear from Charles for the first time since the big meetup on Wednesday. I don't know. No one's told me anything. I just have a sense that Gorman might be calling in when we open up the Gusbuster hotline. Lot to talk about with you, though, Paul. Of course, tomorrow the Jets are playing a preseason game, and it's weird. No one has actually said who the starting quarterback is for the Jets. Saleh, to my knowledge, has not been asked that. The Jets didn't have media availability today. So who is starting at quarterback tomorrow for the Jets in their preseason opener?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tyrod Taylor, and he's going to get a drive or two. When Saleh was asked kind of about the quarterback plan, he said he knows what it is, but he didn't want to share it with the media at that time. He wanted to let his players know what it was going to be so they didn't, quote unquote, find out on the internet. So I believe we're going to get Tyrod Taylor for a drive or two, and then for the rest of it, it's going to be the Andrew Peasley show and Adrian Martinez. So no Aaron Rodgers in this one. No Aaron Rodgers in the Carolina Panthers one next week in terms of the preseason game, and then maybe we get him for the Giants game, and I think we will see him for the Giants game for the same thing as Tyrod here, maybe a drive or two. So we'll be the Tyrod show, and I think that's important because you have to properly evaluate the rest of the team. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like you could do that with Peasley based on what we've seen in camp. I saw, Rivka Board called his play in training camp and practices that apparently she's been to putrid with a P. So not exactly the kind of descriptor you want for old Peasley there. And if you throw Peasley out there, I think that takes away from the receivers. So we knew that with the he who shall not be named from Jets quarterback past, which kind of derailed other players on the team. That sort of thing happens if you don't have Tyrod in there. He was cooking. I mean, you were at the joint practice, Jake. He was cooking against the Commanders.
Yeah, Tyrod looked good. He did something that I was long screaming Zach Wilson to do the last several years. Find Garrett Wilson and throw it to him. It's not that hard. And that's what Tyrod did. And to his credit, Garrett Wilson had his best practice of the summer, and he didn't need Aaron Rodgers to be out there. What he needed was the Commanders to have a secondary that's not as good as the Jets, because the Jets arguably have one of the best corner room, if not the best in the league. And Garrett's just incredible, man. So that's really the big thing for me. It's like Tyrod can win you games because he's competent. He knows how to run an offense. And I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that we got a chance to see him run a full practice against a different team with Morgan Moses at right tackle, with Tyron Smith at left tackle. I know we all wanted Aaron to play, but I had no issue with sitting him. And I think long-term, it's actually beneficial for Tyrod to get those reps with the starting offense and for Garrett to build that chemistry that, hey, if something does happen to Aaron, they're not screwed because Tyrod is capable of getting you the ball and finding ways to still, utilize your strength.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Again, I saw there was some hubbub on social media. People were whining about Aaron Rodgers not playing on a rainy joint practice. That, to me, doesn't make any sense. The people that are questioning it, to me, doesn't make any sense. To be clear, I am totally fine if Robert Saleh, as he described it, woke up in the morning, checked the Doppler, and said, I don't think so. And even if Aaron Rodgers pushed back, great. Aaron Rodgers should want to push back. He should be competitive and want to do it. But the Jets made the right call there. And it's funny, I hadn't thought about it like this, but the Jets offense going against the Jets defense every day in practice has to be like annoying because the Jets defense is so good. And then when they get to Washington, they're like, oh, what a relief. Sweet. All of a sudden things are opening up like Moses parting the sea, for Pete's sake. So, that's terrific. And the Jets, if the offense is ever asked, what's the toughest defense you're going to play this year? They could say the Jets, and that's a confident and correct answer.
Yeah, to take it a step further, I said this on my shows the last couple of days, like the fourth best cornerback on the Jets probably starts for the Washington Commanders. Like Emmanuel Forbes, with all due respect, he'd be the fourth or fifth best corner on the Jets. He's the guy who was guarding Wilson for most of the practice yesterday. He doesn't stand a chance. So Garrett's been great all summer, but in a monsoon with Tyrod throwing him the ball, he has his best practice. That just speaks volumes how good the Jet defense is, that was his breakout game, not against them, but against a different team.
And he should cook. Like, to be honest, we talk about this all the time when the Jets are facing, in this case, we're talking about a joint practice situation here. We've seen joint practice of the past, Jake, and you know this. Packers, Eagles, things. The Jets look outclassed. They don't look like they belong on the same field. The Jets are a better team than Washington. They're more talented. Everything up the wazoo. And they needed to flex it, improve it, and they absolutely did in the joint practice. So specifically for Garrett, it was great to see him just eat and destroy a corner that he's better than and crisscross him up and down the field. So, again, how is that not tantalizing? How is that not exciting? How does that not wet the palate a bit as we get for some of these preseason games coming up?
It's a Friday on the show. Boy Green joining us. If you have any comments or questions for him or myself to respond to, super chat it in. It will get read. We'll take your calls in just a bit on the Gusbuster hotline. But the biggest thing you can do to help Paul and myself is, regardless of what channel you're watching the show, because we simulcast on Paul's channel as well, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already. It goes a long way towards the YouTube algorithm, helping our channels continue to grow. As far as, this game tomorrow, Paul, let's assume Tyrod plays 2 drives. Under that premise, give me some players that you think or how do I word this? I don't want to say need to play well, but you'd like to see them play well. Like, you'd be like, okay, we feel like we took a step forward if this happens, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it certainly does. Olu, gosh darn Fashanu, man. And Tyron Smith, I would imagine, similar to the Aaron Rodgers story, is probably not going to play a ton. And again, it's probably a weird answer to your question because you're probably talking about starters that are you see them, you feel confident for when they get opportunities later. But again, Olu Fashanu is almost a quasi-starter. A sixth man in the NBA technically doesn't have starts on a game log to game log basis. But when you really take a look at it, you want him to look good to make you feel even better, because Tyron, if we base it on history, is going to miss games at some point this season. Hopefully it's just not a lot. And you have Olu Fashanu, a first-round draft choice that has been getting plenty of reps in practice, and he should be getting plenty of reps in these preseason games. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Olu Fashanu take care of some business. And this Washington defensive line is stronger on the inside, so that's probably a more guard-center combination question. But, boy, this Washington defense has some talent, and that's what I really want to see. So Olu Fashanu would be very high on that list for me personally. And then the probably spot starters that aren't like again, the Quincy Williams, CJ Mosleys, Sauce Gardners, those guys probably aren't going to play. But a guy like, I don't know, Chuck Clark, think about him. He's a guy that has not played at all. And while you would think, in theory, a player of Chuck Clark's caliber probably shouldn't be messing around in the preseason, he's got to get some action before week 1. We don't want him stepping on the field as a starter for the first time against Washington, seeing his bounce-back effort. And it seems like, by all accounts, he's 100% ready to roll. That would be something I'd say off the top rope for sure, is a player that's kind of sneaky. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Chuck Clark, but going from old man veteran on the back end of the defense to rookie on the line and some Olu Fashanu action, for sure.
Two guys I want to see tomorrow, assuming they play. One on offense, Joe Tippmann. Do you think they play him at center?
Yes, and the same sort of thing. I think that's a confidence booster. Getting a couple of, again, it could be 2 series. It could be connect him to Tyrod. And you, again, if you want to put Tyrod out there, you put your best possible guys, as many of them as you can. So, yeah, I'd love to see Tippmann for a drive or two and build him up some confidence. Have 2 drives of no snap issues. Go, okay, it's good, no issues, even though we've been seeing an improvement in practice. I think we do see Tippmann.
Tippmann would be awesome to see. I think I lean with what you're saying, that they will at least put him out there with Tyrod. So Tyrod has, some protection too. You don't want to put Tyrod out there with, a bunch of guys who won't be on the team. Give him Olu, which is great. Give him, Tip. I could see Simpson maybe playing too. I wouldn't be shocked if he was out there. I wouldn't be crazy. I don't think AVT will play. I don't think Morgan Moses will play. Tyron's obviously not playing, but of the starters, I could see Tippmann and maybe Simpson being out there on the offensive line. And as you brought up, Olu is basically a quasi-starter at some point this year anyway.
Yeah, maybe, again, you're probably right. That's probably a lean no AVT, but the other thing I would say is on AVT himself, going to the rainy joint practice, Salah said the only other player they considered like pulling because of the rain was AVT because of the injury. But he said, man, AVT has just been so good. He had been ready at the beginning of camp. He's gone through everything, that they're not really holding him back anymore. So they didn't. And AVT played in the joint. Man, I would not be – I'm not going to slam dunk say it's going to happen, but boy, if AVT played out there, that wouldn't totally shock me. For, again, same sort of thing, getting some reps before we get to the regular season. Maybe a drive or two, same thing, connected with Tyrod.
Here's the next player that I want to see. I think he will play, and I want to see him impress. And the Jets did us a solid here by posting this earlier today. That's number 99, Will McDonald. We heard yesterday he had a good day. I said that I saw a couple reps in person where it looked like he won, but the defense was on the far field, and I was watching the offense closely, so I didn't get to see this. This against Jaden Daniels here would be a sack in a game like tomorrow. So I want to see Will McDonald do more of this if he gets the opportunity to play. I mean, look at this move here. Let's go, Will. Let's go.
Yeah, strip sack on old Jaden, comes right around the bend and pops out the football. I mean, look at that. He is just Gumby, man. He's just got unique, rare gifts, and I know everyone likes crapping on it because of the pick and everything, and in hindsight and looking back and all these things. And look at this spin move on the right tackle, man. Cuts back in, Dwight Freeney-esque, and bends right around the – look at that. Not everyone can do that in terms of bending around the corner and getting skinny and turning his body. Man, he's got a unique figure, man. How can you not be excited when you're seeing these kind of plays from Will McDonald in the pass rush game, man? It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Look, and until Haason Reddick shows up, Will McDonald is going to play a big role. So I like the reps he's getting. This is against the Washington starters. That's their starting right tackle there, and he completely blew by him. So this is a good sign.
Yeah, and people forget about this, that despite the fact the Jets offense sucked ass last year, they were top 7 in the league in sacks as a team. And they were doing that with no help from the offense. Imagine with just competent quarterback play from Rodgers, this defense is going to be top 5 in sacks. And then you got, again, Reddick and Jermaine making leaps and Will McDonald making leaps and things of that nature and playing with leads. Holy friggin' crap, man. Will McDonald, he's an exciting player. So I don't want to see him Bryce Huff playing into the fourth quarter of the Hall of Fame game when we were both there in Ohio. Let's not do that, because especially if this Reddick thing continues to play out, and I'm sure we'll get into Reddick. I don't want Will McDonald's going to be an important piece of the puzzle either way, but specifically if this Reddick thing drags into the regular season. So let's see some action and then get him out of there.
Let's get into the Reddick thing. Another day goes by, and Haason Reddick is yet to report the Jets camp. Now, no media today, no practice, just a walkthrough for the Jets as they get ready for the game tomorrow. But he's still not there, because if he was there, we'd hear about it. So where are you at with Haason Reddick at this point?
Yeah, that's his, I believe Rich Cimini said day 18 of training camp, holdout, $50,000 a day. That is $900,000 for those counting at home. And obviously that does not include everything else, which is missing OTAs, mini camp, the optional discretionary bonus, plus the preseason game, which is tomorrow, which Zach Rosenblatt shared is $750,000. Add that to the pile that could come. And he could lose just south of $2.5 million if he skips the entire preseason. So the money's about to pick up considerably. It's already been pretty thick there. The thing that kind of threw me for a loop is just, Zach Rosenblatt didn't report this, but he had our boy Will Parkinson on the Can't Wait podcast. I shared the clip earlier today. And Zach said that this could drag into the regular season. I'm like, damn, I just never thought that there would even be an inkling of a chance that it would reach that level. We've seen it in years past, like go back 20-something years ago with Emmitt Smith in, I believe it's that 1992 season. He missed the first 2 games of the year, and then ultimately he came back. The Cowboys started 0-2. He comes back. They figure out the contract, and they win the Super Bowl, and it all works out. So hopefully that's our story if Haason Reddick is unavailable, because you probably need him for the 49ers game. But the next couple, you could probably get by Tennessee, New England, Denver, Minnesota, and teams like that without having Reddick. You're probably more than talented enough to get past, but getting him ready for the season. I don't know if he can Darrelle Revis it, which, by the way, that was a 35-day holdout, Rich Cimini said from back on that day. We'll see if it gets that far. But he showed up week of Baltimore Ravens, which was that season opener in that year, and he ultimately was fine and rolled out. I just don't know if people keep saying that it's going to be fine, that Reddick doesn't need a ton of time. I just don't want to play around with that. Hopefully we can find a solution on both sides, but just to even mention, Roger says all the time, willing things into existence, saying things, for that to even be in the ethos that there's a chance that Reddick and this thing could slip into the regular season is very scary.
The idea that he would miss games is still, to me, not something I'm considering at this point. I don't see it. I think he's going to show up at some point. Now, am I surprised that we're here on August 9th and he's not there? I am, because once again, 2 weeks ago, Josina Anderson put out a report that they were talking and they were making progress, and they had an off day the next day. And I'm thinking, okay, great. This lasted 3 days. You get the deal done. We all move on with our lives. And it's a shame, because the next story I wanted to bring up is a positive one. Mike Williams has been cleared to start practicing. I watched him yesterday in individuals, being out there catching passes. By next week, maybe he's a part of teams. So this guy's on track to definitely be ready for the start of the year. That was the other big question with this team. So it's really just Reddick now that we're all waiting on, as far as, the one thing that's kind of hanging over this franchise this summer.
Which is a controllable thing on both sides. Again, it behooves both parties for Reddick to be on the Jets, so he can be getting ready for the massive payday, whether that's from the Jets or another team, and then the Jets to win the Super Bowl. Reddick has to be a big piece of that puzzle. So 100%. It sucks that this is hanging over us, because there's so much optimism and everything else. I remember a year ago, me, you, and Matt O'Leary were all together talking about, holy crap, this is our tailgate to what's supposed to be this dream season, and nothing can go wrong. We have everything ready to go. And now we're in that moment again here in early August where we're like, man, everything is lining up. All we have to do is handle business. And it sucks that this controllable thing, that this thing should not be happening right now. I don't get what Haason Reddick's endgame is, because the Jets control his rights into the future. He's just losing all kinds of crazy money. And even if the Jets give him some sort of a reprieve, which I think ultimately the consolation will be something in the middle, it won't be this crazy new big time extension. Connor Hughes mentioned this on Twitter, that by the time Reddick eventually sacks up and shows up to camp in a week or two, the deal, the new money he gets from the Jets will basically make up the money that he lost, and it'll be as if he didn't hold out the whole time anyway, because the money difference will be negligible. And I agree, which makes all this even stupider. So it seems bizarre, and I'm sure he's rubbed a lot of the fans the wrong way with how he's done this, and he hasn't been interacting with his teammates, the coaches at all, obviously not being at OTAs, mini camp, and training camp thus far. The fans are going to have massive expectations if he rolls up here and underperforms. He has to deliver like Superman when he arrives here for fans to not be on his ass.
Look, it comes down to this. If he plays great, this is all forgotten. If he doesn't play well, he's public enemy number one in the fan base.
Yes. Yeah, no doubt about it. You said it beautifully, 100%. And imagine this. Let's say the Jets cave and they give him something, and he shows up and he's like, and he comes up to the mic, says, see, the Jets finally gave me exactly what I wanted. I would have been here for day one, blah, 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 if they would have given me what I wanted. And then we go through, like, I don't know, the first month of the season, he doesn't have a sack. Oh, my goodness. I can only imagine the crap that'll be coming from fans if that happens. So, again, the longer Reddick holds out, first impressions are everything. And the first impression outside of introductory press conference, my contract situation, who cares? 110%. Love the Jets. This is going to be great. Outside of that one day, it's been all negative BS. So, yeah, the fans, again, are going to be all over him, and expectations are massive for a guy that's had 4 straight double-digit sack seasons heading into this year on a defense that's awesome and a team that has Super Bowl aspirations.
On a defense that looked awesome yesterday when they just clamped down the Commanders. So, like, that's what they're going to do to a lot of teams this year. That's without Reddick. Like, just imagine if they add him. Like, they could be the best defense in the league when they play with some leads this year and they're not on the field the entire game. You know, Reddick, you want to be a part of that? Like, I would, because if I play well, someone's going to pay me, even if it's not the Jets.
That's the thing I don't get, and Rappaport has said this several times. The weird thing about this is that, nothing's guaranteed in life, but damn, Reddick on this defense just seems like money. Like, it can't fail. Like, the coaching is there, the players are there, the talent's there, Rodgers on the other side. Like, Reddick is going to have an awesome year, no doubt. Like, it's going to happen. It's just how many. He's going to have a lot of sacks. Just how many is he going to get to? And with that reality hanging on the ethos, everything Haason Reddick wants, he's going to get. There will be a bag of money at the end of the rainbow, whether it's from the Jets or any other team next offseason. Let's say he has 15 sacks this year and the Jets make this crazy playoff run. Everything is going to be on the table for this young man. I say young man, he'll be 30 at the end of September next offseason, and people will be lining up to give this man the bag at a premium position. So that's the part that ultimately I think Haason Reddick and his agent Tandy Dory are just like, there must be a piece missing here that they're not fully understanding, because that's the reality, is that he's going to have an awesome season and he's going to have a bag of money waiting for him.
If you're watching live, there's almost 300 of you in here right now, at least on my channel, plenty more on Boy Green's channel. Hit the like button. There's only 114 likes right now, so I'm bad at math, but the math is not mathing. If you like the show, hit the like button. It's that easy, and make sure you subscribe if you have not done so. Trying to get to 40K by week 1, so hit that subscribe button and help me get there. We got some channel memberships that have been gifted, Paul, so we'll catch up on that, and then we'll open up the phone lines here. A lot of people want in on the conversation. Stack on my channel. I'll do mine first, then we'll get to yours, just to make it as easy as possible here. Stack with a gifted membership. That membership went to hold on. Mike Green, stop it, Mike. Mike, calm down. You know on StreamYard when you have like the loop?
Yeah, loop. Playing? Yeah, 100%. I had that happen earlier today.
A lot of banging. And look, I know you're a big fan of that, Paul. We talk about it after every Jet game, 2 hours after the post game. But I mean, please, I'm just trying to announce some memberships here. Stack, thank you. Great job. Congrats to TB, who gifted some memberships earlier. So that's what we call karma, folks. Love to see it. Also, Mother Effin' Chew has stepped up for the people. Give me a little Mike Green. There we go. Just 2. This membership went to, let's see. It went to Nanga Eboko. You are a channel member. So congrats to the 2 who received memberships. Now we get to Paul's memberships. Mother Effin' Chew gifted one on your channel. So did Jared B. And Paul's in the lead with membership gifts. FPP gifted one. So you got 3 names to read.
Yeah, here we go. We got TB. Welcome to the channel. Big Steve. And we also have, look at that. As you said on social media, the world's favorite 13-year-old New York Jets fan, NY Flight Jets Talk. Connor is now officially, and I see him screaming on my channel, I'm in the coffee club. I'm in the coffee club. Look at him. Him and Rich Isaac are going to be doing a podcast probably like tomorrow and a new show moving forward. I mean, yeah, the freaking superstar. You know, I should have given him like permanent access to the coffee club, like a key to the door, and he could kind of come and go as he chooses. Yeah, he's officially part of the coffee club.
I love it. We got more. Terrence Hill just gifted a membership in your channel as well.
Wow. Okay. Let's keep them rolling, baby. All right. Jay Lepseltler. There you go. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby.
Terrence gifting a membership on my channel. Oh, Mike Green. Here we go. Who got it? It went to Just a Guy, parentheses Jag. All right. We are caught up on memberships here. Another thing I want to ask you about. When it comes to Mike Williams being activated, that was a really positive sign. Your thoughts on, not that if he's a good player, we know he is, but what he does to the offense as far as just opening things up for everyone, including Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, he dramatically changes it. I don't think it's possible to overstate what he's going to bring to the team, because think about it. Joe Douglas's top task was trying to find a Robin to Garrett Wilson's Batman last year, and the answer was Alan Lazard. Obviously, that went god-awful. So now this year went, okay, Lazard said over here, all right, now let me try to go. And he got Mike freaking Williams, who has proven to be a dynamic player. He's the perfect salt to the pepper of Garrett Wilson, a yin to his yang, big body, 50-50 ball guy, and just a friggin' bully, man. He's just incredibly physical. It gives me the Braylon Edwards vibes that we had, and Mike's even bigger in some respects than old Braylon coming in. And, man, that physicality is terrific. And Braylon, by the way, joined the Official Jets podcast, and the thing he said is the thing that is underrated about Mike is he's a great route runner. So it's not just some big, bouldering, thundering dude like an Alshon Jeffrey, kind of lumbering around, that he's got kind of this unique route running for a guy his size that surprises corners, is how Braylon Edwards described it. So again, that's just going to bring a dynamicism to the offense on the other side. And you have to make business decisions as a defense. Are we doubling Garrett? Okay, that means there's a favorable matchup in a lot of other places coming around on the offense. He's a freak, man. And I think a lot of people are forgetting about him because of the injuries and him getting cut by the Chargers. So there's some disrespect on the name for that. And maybe he's washed on his age and the injuries. Man, I'm telling you, I think Mike Williams is going to be an absolute freak for the Jets. And he might threaten, the 7, 8, 9 touchdown range by himself.
I just hope he stays healthy. And look, he doesn't have an injury history. He plays through a lot. He plays 100% with intensity out there, but him just being there, I'm with you, man. He opens things up. Like his presence alone, you're gonna double Garrett Wilson and you get Mike Williams one-on-one on the outside. Aaron Rodgers, I think, throws the back shoulder throw better than anyone ever in the history of the game. And he's gonna feast, especially in the red zone with Williams as an option.
And no doubt about it. And I think the other thing to consider here is we talked about like kind of the surprising nature of Mike Williams coming off the PUP list. It's 8 days ahead of Breece Hall's schedule. And why that's important is because if you go back to Breece Hall, he tore his ACL in October. So he was in an even later ACL recovery than Mike, who tore his in week 3 of this past season. So he's on an amazing timeline. He already performed in individual drills that we saw. Again, team drills is the next step, but we're, Jake, today's the day. I didn't realize this till just now. We're a month away from the season opener right now today. It is September 9th. It's the Monday Night Football game against the San Francisco friggin' 49ers. And a month ahead of time, he's already activated off the PUP. Shoot, this guy's going to be ready for week 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make.
Ooh.
If you're an Asmaniac, smash the Rick Kent emoji.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 10 spot from Rick Kent. We don't need Clark. We got Rick, Matias Morales, Mac Daddy. That is gaming. Ryan, Renti, Jacob Munoz, Iowa Jet Fan, Robert Padro, Gotham Jet Joe, and AJ Osborne. You are all officially channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super chat here from Aaron, who says, remember getting hurt is on Reddick's mind too, so he probably wants it to be the right deal. Go Jets. Love y'all both. 100%. But I'm sure the Jets would guarantee his $14.5 million salary, Paul, and give him some incentives to make a little extra money. Sounds like he still thinks he's going to get this multi-year deal, which I don't see happening.
I don't either. And again, the thing that just continues to frustrate me, because I hear some of our fellow Jets content creators saying, the market said Danielle Hunter, the market said Jonathan Brenner, and some of these other 2-year, like $50-ish million deals, those guys were straight up free agents. Haason Reddick isn't. He's playing in different waters. He's under contract. I don't give a flying who. You could point, if I'm a team, if I'm the Jets, and he's saying, but look at that free agent out there. That's interesting for that free agent. You're not a free agent. So why the hell am I playing in those waters? So that to me is ridiculous. I don't care what people believe the market is, age to Danielle Hunter, the production to Danielle Hunter. He's not a straight up free agent, so he doesn't have that negotiating leverage. And the other thing I would say about Haason Reddick, to the super chat we just got, like, the missing piece from what we understand from the Jets is just showing up. He could hold in, and that would be no injury risk, no more injury risk than chilling at his house eating potato chips out of his belly button. It'd be the same level here. So to me, show up, hold in if you want, and then figure it out. That feels like that's going to push it over the top from that perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Kent is an animal. A 10 spot, a Boy Green Coffee Club memberships.
Okay, let's read all these. Thank you, Rick Kent, baby. Jet fan for life. William Justice, George Mulatto, Monkey Man Stand, Boring Sober Guy, My Cursor, Beth Page Chris, Matt, Brian Edwards, and Al Shoffley. Well, welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Good Lord, it's an overflow.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Rick Kent, man of the people. All right, some super chats to get caught up on. Peter, shout out to you. I'm pretty sure this is the Peter that came to the meetup on Wednesday. Ooh. I love the new intro. The Asmaniac meetups are wonderful. Peter, you're the man. It was great to meet you. If this is indeed the Peter I met on Wednesday the other night. The Lane Train's in the house. He wants to know, how do you feel about Mike Williams for the Jets this season? Lane, we feel great about Mike Williams, but I'll tell you who I feel even better about, Paul. I feel amazing about Bruce Hall.
Yes.
Hall.
That's right. That is right. JD Jet says, Will McDonald balling out in camp has me hyped. His bend is going to be a problem. Look, get better every day like he has. Let's see it now in the preseason. He's going to have a role on this team, even if Reddick eventually signs, which I still think he will. But Will McDonald was the 15th pick in the draft for a reason. This coaching staff has a history of developing pass rushers. So let's see them do it now with Will McDonald.
Yeah, and the weight thing people keep talking about, again, from now till next month, unless he's just, eating the Javon Kinlaw squirrels and everything else plan, he's going to be the same weight that he is, and we just gotta roll with it and trust the Jet staff has been cranking out awesome friggin' defensive players for their entire time here, whether first round draft choices or not. They've done amazing work. You just got to trust the process.
Did we get to Jersey Jet? He gifted a membership.
We did not. So shout out to Jersey Jet. Thank you, pal.
Jersey Jet, welcome aboard, baby.
Free stuff.
NY Flight Talk. That's our favorite now 13-year-old who is going to take all our jobs.
Yeah.
And then Rich Eisen's job as well. He gifted a membership. Connor's membership went to Michael Halloran. Michael, congratulations and congrats to Connor for getting the love he deserves from Rich Eisen. How about that?
Damn straight, man.
And he gifted one on your channel, too. Here we go.
Okay. All right, Connor.
Connor just used his entire month's allowance, $10, to just gift memberships. This kid is unreal.
What a man of the people. That is terrific. TriStar Jet, use your allowance wisely that you just got there, pal. You are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gorman was on hold, and I was so excited to go to him, but he just vanished. He just disappeared.
Oh.
Which is a shame because he hasn't called in since he walked into the meetup Wednesday night. And Paul, I kid you not, it was like the Pope arrived. Like it was extraordinary.
Did anyone get video of it, of the arrival?
Not of the arrival, but we got video of my exit interview with him.
Yeah.
But more people took pictures with Gorman than anyone else.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Well, like I could have had Rex Ryan in there that night. It wouldn't have mattered.
How many times have you met Gorman?
That was my first time.
Wow. Okay. Yep. That's historic, man. I mean, that's unbelievable. What a legend.
Yeah, it was something.
Hey, can we replay that? That's what Ryan's saying here. He's a member of the, he's an Asmaniac. Can we replay the Charles exit interview? Is that possible?
Okay, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who missed it, I had the opportunity to sit down with one of the all-time greats. And by sit down, I mean welcome to his Uber that I specifically called for him not to arrive. Got to make this clear, but to go home only. Here we go.
We're here with Charles Gorman. Charles, you're about to get into your Uber, which I called for you specifically to leave Don Jose Mexican Restaurant. Give us the breakdown on the night. Did you have fun?
I had a good time. People were very nice. The food is good. I'm sorry I couldn't stay for long. My parents wanted me to be home at a certain time. I know I'm a grown-ass man, but their house, their rules. If you guys want to, do something like this, I'll try to come to it. Anyways, have a good day and stay healthy and God bless.
Charles, thank you for the time.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. Charles Gorman, everybody. One of one. A legend of our time. Go Jets. God bless America.
The God bless, the Jake Asman play-by-play, the grown-ass man. Come on, man. Come on now. That's phenomenal.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now
Ooh.
for the first time since the big meetup on Wednesday in New Jersey is Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Hello, Charles.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Charles,
Yeah,
Yes.
excellent.
now that you've had a couple days to think back, think it over, what were your thoughts on the meetup on Wednesday?
It was fine. Part of me wish it was earlier, but it is what it is.
What was wrong
Charles,
with the
did you
7
get a
o'clock
haircut,
start
man?
time?
Yeah, I got it yesterday. I
Okay,
went to
yeah, that's what I
Salon
thought.
Eclipse in Island.
Oh, nice. When you walked in to the barber, what'd you ask them to give you?
Actually, my brother told him to give me what he had the last time he was there. So,
Does it have a name? What is it?
like a number 2 on the side, number 1 on the front. It's
Okay.
been a while since I.
So, Charles, let me ask you some questions. What was wrong with the 7 o'clock start time? Was it past your bedtime?
No, it's just that my mother doesn't like me going out late
What time do you normally eat dinner?
on 4 or 5 o'clock. We had dinner around 4 or 5 o'clock. Wow.
What are you, a grandpa?
No, my mother. That's the way my mother likes to do it.
I see. Now, when you got there, I want you to recap what you ordered almost immediately.
Well, I had a Coke
Yep.
and some flan.
And how was that?
It was delicious.
I'm happy you enjoyed it.
It was my first time having flan, by the way.
Really?
What word are you saying, Charles? A what?
It was the first time I had flan.
What's flan? What is flan?
Flan, Flan.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
It's like a custard. Think of like creme brulee, but without the fried cream on top.
Oh, okay. All right.
What else stood
Never
out,
heard of
Charles? Did you have any good conversations with the Asmaniacs? I mean, you were taking pictures
Yeah,
of
Snowball
everybody.
was a very nice man. A lot of the Jet fans that were there. I mean, Ramed Ritchie. He's a nice young man too. Surprised how old I am. I'll
How
be
old
30
are you?
in September. I'll be 30 in September.
Okay. All right. That's a big year for you. The 3-0.
Yes, it is. I had a good time. I told Jake on Discord I won't be able to make the event on the 17th because my community inclusion group in Hazlitt's has an event planned that day. So, yeah, I definitely plan on watching the Jet game tomorrow at my friend Colin's house, weather permitting.
Nice.
Tell us about Colin. Is he a
He wants to, but he has yet to get into it. He wants to become a football fan. He's a Steelers fan. He told me funny. And what's wrong with this?
What do you mean? What's wrong with the Steelers?
Two of the worst moments of my
Yes.
life involved the Steelers. Doug
100%.
Bryan and the AFC title game in 2010.
Ben
What's wrong with the
Roethlisberger,
Steelers?
3rd and 6. Come on, man.
Yes, but in 04, not in 06.
Charles,
What?
is there a crying? Oh, no, I guess it's Boy Green's child.
I gotta take credit for that one. Yeah, that's
Do
it.
you need to step away, Paul? Do you need me to handle Gorman while you attend to a crying child?
That's okay. We're fine. We're
right.
covered. Yeah.
I know we had a couple of heartbreaking losses to the Steelers in the playoffs that I can remember, especially the one in 2010. We should have beaten Pittsburgh if we didn't show up flat like a doormat in the first half, which was disgraceful. That was nightmarish.
God awful.
Yeah, but I don't
So
hate
can you
the Steelers.
convert him? How diehard of a Steelers
Well,
fan
he
is
does like the Jets and he does like the Giants too, but he's more his father's
This guy's
side.
a fraud. This guy, you shouldn't hang out with this guy. This guy sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
Sounds fraudulent behavior. Yeah.
They find a
He
better
doesn't
friend.
really follow sports, so how does he a fraud?
He doesn't really follow
You
sports.
said he's a Steelers fan, and then you said he's a
Yeah,
Giants
but
fan and a
his team
Jets
that
fan.
he likes the most is this. He's been to a few Steelers games. He went to the Steelers game in 2016 when they played the Jets.
This guy's a fraud. Phony.
Yeah, big fat phony.
He's like a brother to me.
Well, that doesn't make him any less of a phony. That just makes him a closer phony to you, I guess. I don't
I'm
know.
not saying he's a bad human, but he's a fraud sports
No.
fan.
But yeah, definitely not.
Well, he wants to get into it, but
So you think by showing him Andrew Peasley tomorrow, he's going to say, yup, that's the team I want to root for?
no, what I'm saying is that his favorite Steelers player growing up, and this is what he told me that I can remember, his favorite Steelers player growing up was Jerome Bettis.
The bus.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
One of-
Hall of Famer.
Because he ate one of it. My friend Colin is a ginormous eater. He has a big ass appetite.
Is he
And
fat?
no, he's tall and lean. He's a track star.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He's also a security guard at a public research company in
Wow.
Bridgewater.
Okay.
He's been doing it for quite a few years now.
Man,
I
Collins
said, I
sounds
love him
awesome.
like a brother. He's been very good to me and my family.
Too bad he's a
Look,
fraud
I've
sports
been
fan.
telling Colin I
Yeah.
want him to get into sports. I don't care if he's a Steeler. As long as he's not a Patriot fan, I could give two shits about. If he wants to become a Steeler fan, look, I respect Steeler fans. Steeler fans are a lot more rational than Eagle fans. Matter of fact, last year I was watching the Jets and Eagles game at his house, and his mother, who was a Giants fan, was so happy the Jets beat the Eagles that I can't stand Eagle fans. They're so obnoxious.
Wow.
And his father was like, "Well, I can't believe the Jets beat the Eagles." I said, "I can't either." That game, I'm happy the Jets won, but I was also kind of surprised of the game plan the Eagles showed because they could have just ran the football, but they chose to test our secondary, which was stupid.
Well, I mean, that kind of made sense going in. Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed were out. They were like Tay Hayes and Craig James, whoever the hell that
And
was.
don't
they
forget
said,
Bryce
we're
Hall,
for-
who I think signed a couple years with the Bucks.
He did. Yeah, he's down there in Tampa Bay.
Charles.
I understand. Yeah, go ahead.
The game was a year ago. Does it matter? Why do we need
That's
to
also
relitigate
true.
the game plan?
That seems really specific. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it just was a bit of a shocker to me. But I am happy the Jets beat the Eagles. It was about friggin' time they won.
I'm happy you came on Wednesday, Charles. It was awesome to meet you in person.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to talk with you and Richie. You two seem like very nice young gentlemen.
Thank you.
I showed my mom the bottle opener you gave me. She likes it.
What
She
about the
asked me how
tank
much
top
I
I
had
sent
to pay
you?
for that. I said I didn't. And you gave it to me for free.
What about your ride home with the Uber? How did that go?
It went great. My mom and dad were a little bit nervous because it was getting very late. It was almost approaching 9:00. So
I was checking in on that Uber. I called it. I was looking at it. I was like, he's 5 minutes away. He's good to go.
How many stars? How many stars did you give that Uber ride?
Yeah, Charles. What should I? Let me pull it up right now. I
Please
completely
do.
forgot all about it. Let's
give it 5 stars.
All right. So the
5
trip was
stars.
$58.37. This is before tip. What should I
Oof.
give the Uber driver for you?
Depends on what you want to do, man. It's your money. You want to give him a 15% tip, a 20% tip, or a 25% tip. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, you're a tipsman, right? Give me some sound advice here. So 5 stars, and we're doing 15, 20, or 25%. How great was the service?
It was great. So if you want to give him a 25% tip, give him a 25% tip.
All right, 25% tip it is.
Damn. Okay.
Charles Gorman, everybody.
Wow.
But anyway, so yeah, I watched a few Jet games at my friend Colin's house. I mean, the last Jet game I watched, unfortunately, was the massacre at Buffalo. Don't get me started with that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, my friend Colin's like, you want to see teams? It's not only that, I want to see them be competitive. My friend Colin wants to get into sports, but has yet to become a fully involved with sports. His friend Thomas, who we celebrated his birthday a couple of weekends ago.
His friend Thomas, of course.
He's 31.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that his grandfather was a Steelers fan. His grandfather told him all about the Steelers.
Hey, Charles, great
Thomas
question. Great question from Carly in the chat. What did you chat about with the Uber driver?
That's a good question.
Nothing. I was just quiet.
You
that's
quiet?
rude.
Really?
I don't always talk with the Uber drivers. I just mostly sit back and quiet unless.
Well, then how? Wait. Then how was it five-star service? How would you possibly know if you were just if you're just rolled up with duct tape on your mouth in the backseat until you got home? How would you be able to judge or rate the service without any conversation? That doesn't make any sense.
It was line service. I mean, I wasn't touched in the back. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, that felt a little weird. I just buckled in. I just sat in the back and I just chilled. And I was just, chilling in the back. And the guy was quiet. I was quiet because I didn't want to distract him.
Was there anything playing on the radio or?
Oh yeah, there was like some Hispanic music playing in the background. Okay. I didn't mind it. I've listened to Hispanic music before.
Did he ask you like, "Hey, I'm just going to play this Spanish music"? Or
no, he's been playing that when he got there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of rude. Again, we're talking about the five-star service. They should kind of ask you, "Hey, what kind of music do you want to listen to? Hey, do you want to talk? Do you not want to talk?" It sounds like a lot of that.
I've talked with some Uber drivers before.
Okay.
Did he have a phone charger for you? Did he have water in the back?
Exactly.
Yeah, he had water in the back. He had stuff in the back. Yeah.
What type of stuff?
Like a phone charger, a water bottle, like you asked.
Okay. Any snacks? Any food?
No.
No. Again, 5 stars, 25%. Like that's high roller, man.
I think I overtipped. I should have. And look, I'm not blaming you, Charles. Hand up. I'm going to own it. Accountability. I should have asked more questions about what made the Uber driver so great, other than he didn't touch him or he didn't crash.
Well, it sounded awkward the way Paul Green was like. Did he?
Paul Green. Who's Paul Green?
Paul Boy Green. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. By the way, it was weird how you're saying I led you to the touching question, touching answer? Do tell. How the hell did that happen?
He said about me being wrapped in duct tape.
I didn't say wrapped. I just said it was just a thing to say that you were quiet.
I'm sorry.
In some way.
God, I hate myself
you didn't
sometimes.
say anything. Not like duct taped and kidnapped.
I'm sorry, Paul Boy. Is that your name, Paul Boy Green Eston Jr.?
Know what? There's a lot of words on the screen, a lot of words out there. You can grab whatever you like. Call me Green, call me Boy, call me Junior, Paul, anyone. It's a collection plate. Just grab what you like. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Paul. Sometimes I take things a little too literally sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. So, nothing about touching or duct tape. I'm glad we were able to clear that up.
Yep. Well, Charles, I'm glad you made it on Wednesday. It was great to meet you. I know everyone there had a great time getting a chance to talk with you, take pictures with you. And, anytime you want to come to one of my events again, you're always invited.
Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate that. How's your family holding up?
They're good. Everyone's doing well. We're ready for the season.
I just can't wait. I hope this stuff with Reddick gets done soon before I lose my cool. Mm-hmm. I'm happy Mike Williams is cleared off the pup list.
Can I ask you
I've always liked Mike Williams.
What would be your message to Haason Reddick, right? Like, he's watching the show right now. He actually
if he's watching the show.
No, he is. He just texted me.
He's an maniac.
Yeah. What would you say to Reddick?
Just show up to work, man. I mean, we welcomed you with open arms. I understand you feel disrespected, but this is a business. I know you want to be appreciated, and you are. You will be appreciated here. The Jets have one of the best fan bases. Passionate, crazy, a bit lunacy, but we are one of the most passionate fan bases in the entire National Football League. I understand you were part of some really good defenses in Philly, especially in 2022 where they had like 70 sacks, which was ridiculous. But my message to Haason Reddick, just show up, man. Like, I understand it's easier said than done, but it's like, I understand.
Would you pay for Haason Reddick's Uber to show up like I paid for your Uber home?
Very funny, Jake. Yes, I would like that.
I wasn't making a joke. I was being serious.
I would like Haason Reddick to show up before the begin week 1.
All right. A couple of quick questions from the chat, Charles, and I'll let you run because I know you probably going to stream.
I'm also going to say I'm glad Mike Williams is off the PFP list. He's a very dynamic receiver. He's big-bodied. He's been great with the Chargers. He even had some good chemistry with Phillip Rivers before he went to Indianapolis for his final year of his career. Mike Williams, I know he's had a bit of an injury history, but he plays, gives his all, doesn't whine, doesn't complain. He plays hard. He's a trooper, a good kind of trooper.
Charles, isn't it dinner time? It's 5:30.
I already had dinner.
Oh, wow. You really are a grandpa. All right, a couple quick ones here.
I'm a
Brad
grandpa.
Kitty. Well, you eat dinner at 4 o'clock. So,
Yeah,
yes.
that's when old
That's my
people-
mother. That's my mom, though.
Denise.
My mom likes to. My mother.
Isn't it Denise?
My mother's name is Roseanne.
Oh, your father's name is Dennis. That's why I thought it was Denise. Charles,
Brad Kitty, any plans to move? I definitely plan. My parents want me to move out. I'm on like some odd number in the waiting list to move out to an apartment. But I definitely plan on moving out, find my own place to live.
You should live with Bobby. You guys should be roommates.
Sure.
Well, Bobby lives in Vermont. I'm not going to go all the way to freaking Vermont.
Why?
I want to be close to my family.
Bobby, do you want to live with Charles?
Bobby's sleeping.
Bobby.
Oh boy, it's V-Man.
I was going to
all
go to
over
Bobby
again.
next because I know he's out. He messaged me that he was leaving the hospital and now he's sleeping.
I hope to God he's okay.
No,
Oh,
I was just messaging with him before the show. He's okay.
God, that'd be dark.
So you wouldn't live with Bobby, to be clear.
He seems like a nice guy, but I'm not going to go all the way to Vermont to live with him. I like to be close to my family. I would like to be in the Woodbridge Township, Edison area to be close to my family. All
right.
There I can be my own boss.
Couple more questions for you. J Quest wants to know: need a Charles versus Boy Green karate match? Charles, you do any karate like Boy Green?
I haven't done karate in years. So if I'm a bit rusty, I'm a bit rusty.
Okay, ride a bike. Just hop back on. That's all it is.
I haven't rode a bike in a long time either. I loved riding my bike as a kid.
Okay, I'm not sure what another analogy is.
Big
to
fella,
riding a
that's my family. They're doing good, big fella. My father's getting ready for work right now. He's going to shop right in Edison. He's also going to work at Target.
Oh.
So was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday he had to take a urine test for prostate cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
So hopefully he does okay. We're all praying for him. So yeah, my father's in 66 in November.
Dennis.
As I told some of the Jet fans at the restaurant, my dad was 10 years old when the Jets won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
So my dad he was there when Broadway Joe made the guarantee and won the whole damn thing.
He was in the room in Miami when he said it?
No, I'm saying my dad was there during, not I'm saying like he was physically there, but my dad grew up during the time when Namath made the guarantee. And, it's funny. My late Uncle Kevin grew up a Jets fan because of Namath. And my Uncle Kevin got my father become a Jets fan. My Uncle Brian made a bet against the Jets, but after the Jets won the Super Bowl, he hated the Jets since. And then he became a 49ers fan when the 49ers drafted Joe Montana.
I can't with your family, friends, the fraudulent fandom. Charles, great job out of you. Thank you for calling.
My grandpa grew up a Giants fan, and he wasn't fraudulent either.
All right. Well, Charles, enjoy. You going to have some dessert? Yes? Good.
Probably. Have a good day, man.
All right. Thanks, Charles. Great to see you on Wednesday. Goodbye, Charles. I don't know how we top that ever. These last 2 weeks,
it's so impossible for the next caller. Like, wow, don't know what to do now. That's incredible.
Charles, Big Fella's got a question for you that I'm not going to put up on the screen, but if you want to address it in the chat, you can. JC Jets wants to know who's taller, Boy Green or Charles. I would say Boy Green is taller.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I've not
had the pleasure of meeting Charles yet, but yeah.
Sorry, Nate. He wanted Charles to stay on longer till Rosanna allows. Look, Dennis and Rosanna, they have their rules, and Charles Gorman respects the rules of the house.
Yeah.
All right.
Despite being a grown-ass man.
Yes.
Despite being a grown-ass man.
Very, very specifically despite that. All right. Joining us right now is someone who is wide awake. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Bob from Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hi, guys. How you doing?
You're awake.
Oh, are you okay, Bobby?
I know. I was sleeping. I didn't really sleep good, though. They let me home today, but last night.
I'm glad you're home, Bobby. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the thing is, on Wednesday, I have a doctor's appointment with my foot doctor, right? Then on Thursday, I have with the wound clinic. So the wound is getting much better, they said. That's where they let me go from the hospital. And then I got these. Did I ever tell you those shoes I got before?
Yes, I heard you got the shoes to help you walk.
Yeah, they're like sandals. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Sandals are nice. So cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Boy Green, how you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, Bobby. God bless. Great to see you. Yeah.
How do I follow Charles Gorman? He's great, isn't he?
I don't know.
I
Just
know.
gotta figure it out, I guess.
He's amazing.
Would you live with Charles? Would you guys be good roommates?
I don't know. Would he? I don't know. Maybe not.
You would have to eat dinner at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Well, I usually try to eat before 6:00 anyway. So.
Oh, so it seems like there's a match here.
Well, it's like it's like dieting. It's good to eat before 6. That's
is that a thing? No, I didn't know that.
That's how they said I should do it because
Oh, okay.
if you eat later than 6, you go into bed and then you don't gain weight that way. That's what I heard.
How was the food in the hospital? Did you eat anything good?
It's not that bad. The hospital food was good. Very good.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Michael took care of my cat. Michael takes care of my cat. And guess what arrived for him today?
Oh, did his Bobby Midnight shirt arrive?
Yep. You sent it to him.
I love it. You got to send in the Discord a picture of him wearing it.
Yes, that will be good. Yeah, like Clancy did.
Yep.
Clancy did it. Yeah.
All right. So when's your next show?
I don't know. I'll go to at 6:00. It's the 411, and I'm gonna take a nap.
Wow. We need a stream at some point this weekend. We need another Bobby Midnight show
for sure.
Well, what time are you going on tomorrow?
After the Jet game.
Oh, that's like 12. Right? Why does it start so early? Can you guys understand that?
I don't know. They've never done this since I
know.
I just realized that might be a problem. They might run in with Gorman's dinner plans.
No, they're gonna be over by then. Come on, it's not gonna be a 4-hour game.
I don't know.
Oh, why is it? It's
the earliest of all the games. We got a nooner, and then I believe a 1:00 game.
Bobby.
What?
Lane wants to know: are you okay? The Lane train.
Yes, thank you, Lane. I missed you, Lane. I wish you could come in and talk to me. I like talking to you. Never did. Live from New York. No,
Saturday night. Yep.
Yeah. Paul Green, how's you doing? How's your family?
They're doing great. My fiance and my child, because Syracuse Mets game got rained out, so I'm home. I'd normally be at the radio station right now on a Friday night, so got rained out, so I'm home. They're hanging out in the house.
Yeah, I'm surprised the smelly Red Sox can get rained out. I'm surprised the smelly Red Sox didn't get rained out today.
Why are you surprised by that?
Because New York got rained out. Boston is up next. I guess what happened today? I got a shower today.
Yeah.
Showered me up.
Did you use shampoo?
Me up. What?
Did you say a lady showered you or you did it yourself?
She helped me. She's the nurse.
Oh, nice.
And I shaved today. Say shave.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Congratulations. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations on the sex. Okay. Hey, you guys make a good team on the radio. Yeah, this one, like a radio station, like Matt and Mike and the Mad Dog. You guys are great.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Well, thanks, Bobby. I'm glad you're home.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you're home. You showered. You look good. All right. Make sure you get some rest and you'll feel better.
Yeah. After your show, I'm going to definitely nap. Sorry I took a nap when I didn't know. Gator called me to tell me I was sleeping on your show. I'm like, what's his name? I'm getting to be like V-Man.
You are, yeah.
Papa was sleeping, man.
Bobby, they're calling you Bobby Sponge Bath in the chat.
Yeah, sponge bath. Yeah, I had a sponge bath the other day. What you call it? What day did I have a sponge bath? I had it the day before and then today was going in the car wash. So I got it all cleaned up down. Everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like a car wash. Look at Boy Green. It's so
I'm sorry, I
funny.
can't keep it together, man.
Well, you're having a great day. It's Jake's show and your show. So I told you, you guys make
go. Yeah.
Bobby, this is the happiest I've seen you call in weeks, so I'm glad you're doing better.
It's good to see you, pal.
well, happy I'm home. I miss my now. I miss you guys. So
We miss you too, Bobby. All right, get some rest, okay?
yeah, we'll talk to you later.
You got it, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Midnight.
Well, you know, I need to walk more to survive unless Jake is going live. Gotta elevate my leg on Bobby.
I can't check this on my end, but whatever the AI chat summary is for those last two calls, please screenshot it and throw it in our Discord because I need to laugh.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was something.
It covered a lot of ground. We
did. I have some memberships I gotta get caught up on here.
Oh yes, please do.
He gives this at 509, and that was like prime Gorman territory when all that was going on. So, Infrared, just know your memberships are certainly appreciated by me and everyone out there in the Asmaniac community.
Oh, nice.
All right, here we go. 5 spot here. I'm gonna have to try and dig up the names and find
scroll
it.
up. That was like 30 minutes ago. Yeah,
I'm scrolling. It might be hard actually to get the names at this point. It probably is. So I apologize if you got one though from Infrared. Just know he's a legend. Anyway, sorry Infrared, but Charles Gorman it up. These are from Clancy. Clancy is awesome. He was the person who Bobby just referenced that wore the Bobby Midnight show to training camp yesterday. And I think the listener's name was Joe, works for the Jets, drives the golf carts at training camp at the facility. Wow. He took a picture, said he was a big fan of the Jake Asman show and the Bobby Midnight show with Clancy.
That's so freaking cool, man. Come on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. These are from Clancy. I can get these names. Herman Lee, sure. Matt Jones, Nelson Grajals, Bears 546, Jorge Rees. You are all officially Asmaniacs. Welcome. The big fella checks in. AI summary. And how about this? Big fella super chatting the AI summary. You're the man, big fella. You in the chat are laughing at a clip from a press conference where Bobby was showered by reporters. Well,
oh my God.
Honestly, there's a great suggestion in the chat right now. I'm going to need someone to help me with the design of this shirt, and we'll give you full credit. Oscar the Grouch says, Jake, can we get some Bobby bubble bath in the merch store, please? We need Bobby like holding up a sponge, getting ready for a bath.
A rubber ducky or something? Yeah.
Oh, that's rubber ducky in one hand, sponge in the other. Bobby and bubble bath.
Bubbles. Yeah, there you go.
All 50, just like the other shirt, 50% of the revenue to Robert Woodruff himself, Bobby Midnight. Love it. All right. I'm having a lot of fun right now. We got more people on the line. We referenced this guy earlier. He became a member of your channel during the show. The thing is, you call your channel members the Boy Green Coffee Club. I don't know if this kid even drinks coffee. He's 13. No, Connor point. Long is up next. Hello, Connor. Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Do you drink coffee? You're 13.
No, I think I tried it once. I had a taste in my mouth that was disgusting for about 4 hours. So I'm never, ever drinking coffee ever again. And, hopefully Boy Green and I can stay in that same boat as Boy Green, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've never had a sip of coffee in your life.
I have not. So, you've gone more than me with the sip that tastes like piss, apparently. So, yeah. No, I have not. And thank you for that riveting review. I am going to stay in my lane and still not do it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions for you guys. One obviously Haason Reddick. I mean, this holdout's getting out of hand. He's been fined over $1 million now. Personally, I think this is going to carry into the regular season, as I don't see the Jets paying him, the extension, the lucrative extension he's asking for in that $25 to $28 million range. With that being said, this opens the door for players like Michael Clemens, Will McDonald, guys of that nature. Who do you guys see really stepping up and taking over for Reddick?
I'm hoping it's McDonald. I mean, I hope McDonald. I mean, he was the 15th pick in the draft last year. Like, it should be Will McDonald. It shouldn't be Michael Clemens. Like, it should be Will McDonald. He was a 15th overall pick in the draft.
I mean, if we're being straight, there's not one man that can fill Haason Reddick's role. It's just not realistic. It's not possible. Asking Will McDonald to do that doesn't seem fair. But he should be a big piece of that, I would say. Certainly, Michael Clemens, he gets crapped on a lot by the fan base. He's a guy that should. And what about another like Tap McKinley? Again, he dealt with a foot injury. He was at times quote unquote unblockable in Jets training camp, is what Nick Ferrier was talking about when he was there. I think again, this Jets coaching staff works magic with guys that we don't think they can. He's another one that's sneaky to keep an eye out for that could have a huge career renaissance with the Jets.
Yeah, you mentioned McKinley there. I mean, he played with Jeff Ulbrich in Atlanta, so that definitely, I definitely think that helps his chances of making the roster. And, I don't think Jet fans should be too surprised if McKinley returns to, like, prime form. As, he was supposed to do that. He's a first-round pick, and it's never too late to resurrect your career. I kind of, he can kind of do something that Solomon Thomas has done these past 2 years. You have those high expectations. You don't live up to it as Solomon Thomas did as he was selected 3rd overall. But then you end up, turning into like a shifty player towards the back half of your career. But my other question was on the offensive side of the ball. The Jets signed Anthony Ferkser after releasing Nick Barden, and he doesn't have a ton of experience at fullback. He's been a fine tight end, maybe tight end 3 over the past years. Obviously we haven't seen. Well, I don't think I've heard a peep about him in camp, and then obviously preseason performance is pending right now. Do you think he has a shot, based on his preseason performance, to earn a spot on the practice squad?
0%. To put it bluntly, I don't think so. I think he's nothing more than a camp body. The thing that would have given him a chance is if he had some history at fullback. He has 16 reps in a 7-year career ever lining up at the fullback position in his NFL career. This guy is, with all due respect, nothing but a script.
They're not going to use a fullback a lot this year. Is the sense. Like I've been to 3 practices. I've seen them have a fullback out there like once, and it was Ruckert in the green and white scrimmage for 1 play.
Yeah, but hasn't Rodgers liked his fullbacks throughout his career?
I think it's been connected to a Hackett thing, I believe.
Yeah. They're also doing more motion than they've ever done. They're adapting the offense a little bit more than a lot of people realize. I think it's not just like whatever Aaron wants. I think it's mostly Aaron with, hey, let's get some modern stuff in there too.
I can't see them carrying more than 1 tight end on the practice squad. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if Barden comes back before the season starts. It has been a little now since they released him. We saw him do it with the Rodgers thing, but I mean, that was the thing where he was brought back the next day on a practice squad deal. However, I do think there's a possibility that he's back in some capacity, but most likely probably a spot on the practice squad. But I love this duo, 2 of the best out there. Appreciate taking my call.
Connor, would you live with Charles Gorman?
I don't know if the 4 p.m. dinner time would work for me.
That's a deal breaker for most of us. Yeah.
All right. Well, Connor, don't drink any coffee. All right.
He also couldn't drive. He'd have to Uber. I'd have to get Ubered to school. I wouldn't have a ride to school.
Yep, that's true as well.
Yeah.
Connor, great job, man. And
as
I said to you on your show today, everyone check that out. I was a guest on Connor's show this afternoon. Don't take my job. All right.
Please don't.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Long. Love it. Can I read you a DM I just received from Addison of the recent AI chat summary of this show?
Sure. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Viewers are interacting during a live Q&A session. They asked the host to sell Bobby Bubble Bath merch, discuss the appearance of a certain nurse, and ask if Connor will attend the next Boy Green call-in.
Wow.
I mean, this is quite a show.
This is next level stuff here.
Nate making it rain. How about 5 memberships to the Paul Eston Jr. channel, baby?
Here we go. Those 5 are Justin Davies, Phenom, Carlos Piscoya, Kevin Clark, and Jet the F Up. Nate, you brother, baby. It's raining.
I love it. Derek with a super chat. He cuts the line. This is gonna be another long show. I figured an hour, a little bit, and then we still got so many people on hold. This show's been wild. Hey, fellas, I hate to think about losing players, but when it's time to pay our homegrown talent, who do you think will be the odd man out? I don't even want to put this out there because I think there's a way they could keep everyone. It's not like Miami's paid all their guys. The Niners have paid all their players. They might keep Ayuk now. You see that story that came out during the show? They're renegotiating.
No, I did not. No.
So to me, the odd guy out, if I had to pick, might be Brees just because of the nature of his position. But I don't know if that's even going to be the case. Brees is so special and he's younger because he entered the league so young that maybe if you extend him after this offseason, get ahead of it, then it could line up perfectly with what you're kind of trying to do with the other guys. So If I had to guess, it'd be Brees just because of the nature of the position he plays. But I think they're going to be able to keep the entire young draft class core together.
It's well said that we don't even want to put that out into the ethos, but yes, I think they should be able to keep everybody. All these other big-time teams can figure it out. The Jets are suddenly going to be the woe is me. They can't figure it out and cry poverty. I don't think so. If I had to guess, I'd go a different direction. I'd say Jermaine, and it just depends if he rises, and this is going to sound super disrespectful, if he rises above a Calvin Pace level of like 6-7 sacks all the time, an occasional pop to 10, and that's it. Is Jermaine going to take a pop to 12, 13, 14? Whoa. All of a sudden, Jets got to lock him in. If he's hovering in the mid-range, I'm curious financially, negotiation back and forth, what that looks like.
Yep. What do you think this comment means here? I think we have beef in the chat. When I asked Connor about rooming with Charles Gorman, Carly wrote in all caps, "Save yourself, Connor."
Jeez. All right. I thought Carly was a Gorman fan, but
yeah, it's a little rude, Carly. Yikes.
Yeah, quite blunt.
Man. All right, more calls right now. This guy calls your show seemingly every day. Like the first thing I do when I wake up and put on the Boy Green program, and I just skim through to see which people had been on already. This guy's already been on. Already woke up early morning and gave Jet takes.
B-Mac, look at my TV. B-Mac, I love Aaron Rodgers. Jets, go Jets.
B-Mac?
Hey guys, Haason Boy Green. It's good to see you twice in one day.
I know. Look at that, baby. The stars and moons are aligning.
Yes, and I do got Law in order in the background here.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Sing us the theme song. Go ahead.
A theme song?
Yeah,
the Law and Order. You know, like dun dun.
All right. It's gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna try. All right. If I sound like I can't do it no longer, I'm gonna stop. All right. Do 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 bam 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 do 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 do.
B-Mac, hey you hater guy, Allen sucks and JJ can kiss my ass before I wipe.
That was amazing. Great job, B-Mac. Great call today. Your internet was still trash, but we got that on, and that's what needed to happen.
Damn straight. Wow.
I mean, good luck editing the best of what are we on episode 7 after we get
I
the
know.
next two up?
After all this content, wow.
Aaron writes in BMAC Internet Fund. All right, after YouTube takes the 30% of this, Aaron, I will make sure that the rest of it goes to BMAC for the Internet Fund.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. God, some of the comments here. I wish I could read them all. Tyrone says our Super Bowl journey starts in 30 days. Go Jets. You know, someone accused me of drinking the Jets Kool-Aid earlier, and I said, all right, let me try it.
Okay.
Yep. Tastes like 12-5 AFC East champions.
Ooh, baby. I love it. Yes, sir.
All right. It also tastes better because it's in a Jake Asman Show mug, and you can get the same one.
Good.
Or sorry, Jake Asman Show pint glass.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Just for fun writes in, is everyone me smoking some Boy Green today? I don't know what that means, just for fun, but I do know when it comes to smoking weed, there's only one guy we could call on. Ladies and gentlemen, Weed the People. Hello, Weed. Weed? Is that Craig from Australia behind you?
What's up, guys?
Is he choking? Is that kangaroo?
Nah, he had just punched it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That mean right hook.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah. It's the side of Craig we don't see on YouTube.
Very, very violent.
I know, dude. I would have never guessed. How you doing,
How's
JJ?
Big True doing?
They're doing great, man. They had Unscreen Sunday night last night. They had fun. Now they're back in the shop making more chairs.
Wow.
Yeah. Good times, man. And they can't wait for football season. Only 30 days. Can't wait.
Really?
Yeah, I turned them both into Jet fans.
What are you doing tonight, Weed? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, pretty much. I got a couple things I got to do tonight.
It's
one of those nights where
I'd love to hear this. What does Weed the People have to do?
I got to go see my cousin. I got to help my sister move a few things.
Okay.
Just a couple family things. Stupid shit. Hey, you like my shirt?
It's tough to see with the green.
It's green with the green screen there, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Hold on.
Wait,
Craig from Australia. I always carry a little pot with me. Okay.
Hey,
there it is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, gotta let the people know.
Well, Weed, I'll tell you what. I can't wait for you to tailgate with us at L5 again this year. You were a huge hit last year.
It's gonna be so much fun. I gotta get another cigar from Neil.
I love it. All right. Well, Weed, enjoy your Friday night.
Always do.
All right. Weed the People, everybody.
I bet he does.
I'm sure he does. And Weed, if you're free next Saturday night, all of you out there, free event in Midtown Manhattan, right next to Bryant Park, right next to Grand Central Station, 6:30, T-Squared Social, RSVP, giving away signed Garrett Wilson football, drink specials. The ESPN promo team will be there giving out swag. Charles Gorman told you that he got an Asmaniac bottle opener at the meetup on Wednesday. Well, if you're attending the T-Squared meetup, I'll make sure you get one as well. All right. How about that? Look at it. It's also a phone holder too. It's multi-dimensional or
multifaceted there.
Multifaceted, versatile. I don't know what I was trying to say. Anyway, more calls right now. This guy is also a regular of your show. He used to call my show. I haven't heard from him in years. Ladies and gentlemen, Hep is on the line. Hello, Hep. Where you been on my channel?
You know what, Jake? You put a safety thing on the front of your end of the phone, punching in your YouTube password, and I can't get in. I can't find my password.
So because you couldn't sign into your YouTube account, which I do, by the way, to authenticate and prevent like bots. So because of that, you couldn't call into the show. And I happened to forget to do it today because I had Morstead on yesterday and I didn't want to have him like authenticate StreamYard and go through all that nonsense. So that's because of Thomas Morstead. You are on the air right now. That is funny.
Wow.
Yeah, and Paul Boy Green, I snuck in under his wire there. So, you know. Anyway, we had great chemistry together. And I have a question to ask. If Reddick is really going to cause you trouble down the road, and is there any kind of trade value for him? Is there anything we can get for him?
No, because look what they gave up to get him. They gave up a 3rd round pick 3 years from now. And that was because no one wanted to give him a contract. That's why his value was so low. If you traded him now, what team won as the cap space that didn't already have it in the offseason that could have made the same deal then? You're not going to get anything from him of note.
Yeah, there was a team that's they might have been just joking and ribbing at the Jets. The Cardinals just lost B.J. Ojulari. He's the brother of Aziz over there in Giants land. And a lot of the Cardinals reporters were making jokes about the Jets saying, oh, we've got plenty of money. We'll take Haason Reddick and show you guys how it's done. And it seems kind of funny since they were the one who drafted him in the first place and looked like an idiot. But that's neither here nor there. So I guess a team that has a drastic injury, but again, what are they giving you? Like middling? Again, it's the same thing with the Brandon Ayuk 49ers thing to me. Like, if they trade away Brandon Ayuk, that hurts their chances to win the Super Bowl because nothing they get back is going to be Brandon Ayuk. If the Jets trade away Haason Reddick, there's nothing they're going to get back that is Haason Reddick worthy. So it's better for them to just try to figure this thing out.
All right. Thanks, guys. I love you. See you later.
We love you too, Hep. And you can verify through Facebook as well if that's helpful. I don't know if you're a Facebook guy.
Okay.
All right. Hep might finally call our show. That is so funny that I'm like, where's Hep been? I was starting to get sad. I was like, he's always calling Boy Green. Hep used to be one of my regulars, and we found out he didn't know his YouTube password. Incredible. All right, so I have an emoji right now that was just sent to me. Maybe we could put this on a T-shirt too, but for at least the end of the show, I have 23 members added. If we get 15 more emojis for at least the end of the show, I will make this an emoji because then YouTube will allow me to go in and replace one of the current
You need
ones.
15 more members, you're saying, right?
Yeah, 15 more to be able to like swap something out.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm uploading it right now. This was just sent to me by Joe Mike, who's a great listener, great artist. Yeah. He designs a bunch of emojis, including this one we're working on, the Aaron Rodgers score.
Oh, wow.
One. So that will be up next week. But for the end of the show, we get 15 more members so I can add the Bobby Sponge Bath emoji. It will stay up
Look at
for
that.
at least 24 hours. I'll have it up for the post game show tomorrow too, after the game. So, 15 members, and we'll make it happen.
Beautiful.
Incredible. I'll gift 5 of them. So we only need 10.
There you go.
All right.
Wow.
That's how
Okay.
badly I want to use this emoji because this is beyond funny. All right. Keep rolling with your calls. Another legend is on the line on a show that's featured plenty of them. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing his Asmaniac merch, the great Keith Best. What's up,
Oh
Keith?
my God. How do you have me on right now? But
would you give Bobby Midnight a sponge bath, Keith?
no.
Okay.
But I will have a nurse go over and get him a sun fast. A nurse of his liking.
Ooh.
Selection.
So how am I going to say this? Paul, I sign on to your show every morning.
Oh, thank you.
I don't sign in. I have to go to chemo, and that comes first.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. But I sign on and I listen to you at 7:30 in the morning. You're a loyal person that gets up. I realize you got kids.
Yeah.
But I get up and I listen to you at 7:30. Jake doesn't come on till 9:30 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very grateful that I have a platform to listen to. Even though I don't respond, sometimes it's like, why am I signing on to this? Because I have to go into whatever I have to go to, and I'm not done till like 11:30.
Sure.
But I have a passion. If you've seen some of my YouTube videos with Jake,
mm-hmm.
I mean, when we raise the emojis on July 2nd, oh my God.
The Edgemos, baby. And Keith, speaking of which, because we have the best listeners, 5 from Rick Kent, 5 from Dave Boss. Let me buy the other 5 right now.
It doesn't stop.
And the Bobby Sponge Bath emoji is going to be live for the next 24 hours. Hold on.
But it doesn't stop. And my godfather said to me the other day, he says, you need to be an ESPN analyst. And I said, maybe not. Maybe, what have you. But the amount of attention that has been raised, I work with a lot of kids that are going through cancer, teenagers, and I show up every day, just like Fatnu did on his video. You can't do that down here. You can't show yourself, platforming yourself. But there is a hope. That's the word of the day today. Hope. HOPE. For all you Asmaniacs driving around, working hard. I understand that. But you have to understand that God's given you a direction of some hope. I don't know what that hope is today, but only He knows. And I don't want to get spiritual here. I do want to say that I come on here to stay alive. Certainly to stay alive. You've heard all my podcasts before. Some of the people that are like, wow, look at you on TV. And I'm like, I'm not on TV. I'm on Jake Asman's podcast.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I have a principle. I've been a Jets fan. You've already heard this from me a long time, since the 70s. And I have never, ever, ever seen what you got going on right now. And as the progress moves forward, Salah moves forward, Douglas moves forward, everything works out. We're rocket ship, baby. That's what I wanted to say today. Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Let's
We
go.
are fucking rocket ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Best.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Wow.
What a
Keith,
call.
so that's so cool. That's cool of Keith to say that, because obviously I've had no idea that he's been watching or listening to my show, but I've obviously seen him on your show. So Keith, that's cool. I'm sure there's and Jake can probably speak to this too, because we do radio. There's a very quiet minority or a large minority, however you want to put it,
A
of the
silent
people that just,
majority.
yeah, you're right. Thank you. That just listen to the show, but they never interact, but they're big fans and they just enjoy the heck out of it. That's cool, Keith, to hear that you're a part of that silent majority. We hear from the people that call in and all the crazies and the great and awesome people. It's so cool, but there is a lot of you that never interact, and it's still, it means the world. So thanks.
Yeah, the stat in radio, it's similar to YouTube, is 2% of your audience calls in.
Right.
2%.
Which is crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I met 15 listeners yesterday that I've never seen them call the show once, but they watch every day. You see it all the time. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
All right. Rick Kent, 5 spot. Dave Boss, 5 spot. Jake Asman, who? Oh, me. 5 spot as promised. The 15 memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you refresh the YouTube, if you're a channel member, you can use, for today and tomorrow only, the Bobby Sponge Bath emoji. Let's go.
Scrub
You
a
think Keith
dub
Best
dub.
would live with Bobby? I asked him about the sponge bath.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm afraid not.
Genergy checks in. Genergy was repping the merch I saw yesterday. She put it in the Discord. Thank you, Genergy. Connor is the doggy Hauser of Jets content creators. Give the prodigy a damn emoji already. What would a Connor emoji look like? Just like his head?
Something with Rich, though. It has to be something with Rich, I would imagine, that's sending this superstar. Or I don't know. Because someone said when we were all on, that is the evolution of facial hair. Because we got Connor's just a young nothing. We got you rocking the stash and me with this burly beard. It's almost like the singular towers of facial hair. So I don't know. We gotta think of something creative, something crazy.
Let me get to the names of who got the memberships here.
Sure, yeah, please do.
Let me shout them out. All the people who got memberships. These are the ones I gifted: Eric Craig, John Ciambra, Iat, Dave Smith, Camp Life, Dwest 65 are all channel members. Welcome. For just $5, you can give someone else a membership and pay it forward. Chris 716, Desire Padilla, Andrew Yakos, Scott V, all channel members from Dayboss, and Rick Kent, Superman himself, Mikey B, Louis Uvetsky, Sean Boyle, Leonardo Santos, Mr. Sterling, all channel members. Let's go. All right. Couple minutes left. This guy is on the line now. He always brings it. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella. Big fella, what do you got for us?
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, how you all doing?
Great.
Big fella, how was your week with the stock market? Are we back or still struggling?
Yeah, no, we're back.
All right.
We're back. You
I
know,
don't understand any of this stuff, so I'll take your word for it.
I don't know.
it's all right. The object is just to not lose money. That's all, man. So, yeah, it's pretty simple there. But, yeah.
That's like when Lane told me that, the Jets have to score more points than the other team to win. I'm like, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good recipe.
There you go. I'm glad Bobby's doing better. He looks, healthy now. This is the best he's looked in weeks.
Yeah, he was full of energy. He was bubbly. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, God bless. I'm really happy for that. Now, I have a question for y'all. All these free agents that we signed, and they're all on 1-year deals. Is there a free agent that we signed that you could see us signing longer term?
Like beyond this year?
Beyond this year.
Yeah, one of these mercenaries we added, like the Tyron Smiths, Mike Williams, all those cats.
I don't think it's out of the question Tyron's back next year. I'll tell you how. There's a scenario where maybe Morgan Moses misses time and Olu is forced to play right tackle, and the line is so good they win. It's like, why are we getting rid of Tyron? He'll come back. Olu is the left tackle and waiting. Let him play right tackle for the year, then move him over. Is that likely? I mean, I wouldn't bet on it. I'm just trying to come up with scenarios where some of the notable guys they brought in could be here
Javon
beyond this year.
Kinlaw, DT2, if he reenacts his career, he has his crazy year. They weren't willing to do it for Quentin Jefferson after 1 year, but Kinlaw's a lot younger. He loves Saleh. He loves the scheme. Could he do a reasonable, 3-year deal for decent money? Yeah, I could see that.
See, what I was thinking is maybe Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Because Lazard is coming off the books next year. He didn't get me on the team. So, that contract opens money. That's the one. If he performs well, I could see us signing him longer. That's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, this is probably wrong, but in my head, I've had him as a mercenary. But maybe I should take a step back and not just accept that reality. Maybe there is a chance that, again, he has that really good year and he goes off. I've just always thought in my head, he's coming here 1 year, he's putting up crazy points with Rodgers, and then someone's giving him a bag at whatever that age would be, 30, 31.
Yeah. So anyway, great show, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
What were your thoughts on seeing Charles Gorman call in?
I love Charles. How tall is Charles? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I'm taller than him, and I'm 5'8". So
okay.
And a lot taller, or just a little taller?
Yeah, let me see if I could upload the picture.
Because there's a picture, I think, of you guys out there. Yeah,
I put it on my.
Tell me.
Yeah, I put it on my my Instagram at Jake Asman Show for the show account. Let me export this as a PDF because StreamYard is the pain in the ass. Hold on. Boy Green, you relate to what I'm dealing with right now.
I do, yeah, because we have to do that on the morning show for new videos and pictures and whatnot coming in. And then you just get the circle. And,
Tom Ace writes in, Charles on the big fella's shoulders doing the jet chant is what I need.
Hey,
well, you may get it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said
around the corner, baby.
You know what's crazy? Tom Ace lives in my own town, in my town, and we never met.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
He's real. I can confirm.
Oh, yeah. I believe it. I believe it.
This is not loading right now.
Oh, you want?
Okay, all right. Wow.
I'll tell you a story while I was downloading. I went to go pick up my wife's truck at the auto dealership today, and I go in there, and the guy, I ask, how much is it? He's like, oh, it's nothing. We really didn't do anything. We rotated tires, no big deal. Okay. So I'm like, thanks. He's like, oh, but you're wearing the Jets hat. I should have charged you double. And at first I'm thinking, you're going to charge me double for nothing. But then I was like, what are you talking about? We're taking this division, son. I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl. And then he's laughing and we walked out. But yeah, interesting times.
Should have punched him in the face.
Yeah. Well, those days are long gone, man.
Show them why they call you the big fella.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to talk with you yet, big fella, since the meetup on Wednesday. But I was telling the story how it's always so funny when you meet people in public and they introduce themselves as like their YouTube names. And I always give you the example of like, I didn't even know the big fella's real name for months. And one time I went to send him something and I literally put on the address, the big fella.
Yeah. Actually, when we met in New York, it was funny. I walked in and you look at me, you're like, the big fella. And I'm like, all right. It was cool, man. It was real cool.
I have the photo of Gorman and I, so we'll let the chat do a height evaluation here. Here we go.
Nice. I would say 5'4".
Ooh, okay. Well, if that's close, to me and Gorman are going to be very close. I am like a 5. I'm like 5'4". So
okay,
it'll be very close between me and Gorman there.
Okay.
Well, you said, what are you again, Jake? 5'8"?
Yeah, I'm 5'8".
And you're leaning here. You're like you're not standing straight up either on this.
I was embracing for the emotional moment of capturing the moment with Gorman.
Sure, naturally, yeah. Okay.
Two legends in that picture, man.
No doubt.
Well, big fella, you're the real legend here. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
We appreciate you. All right. We got time for 2 more calls here. Ladies and gentlemen, one of them just, nope, he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is Barbarossa. Hello, Barbarossa.
Hey, Jake, what's going on, man? First time. I just want to say that I love this freaking show. You're great. You said something. First thing I want to say is you said something last week about this guy behind me.
Yes.
You said, I'm Darth Vader, bitch. And I really think that's the feeling we need to channel for this season, because if you think about Darth Vader's story, the first thing that happened to him when he became Darth Vader is he lost something precious to him, just like we lost Aaron Rodgers last year. So I really think we're going to be on an absolute revenge tour, if based on what I've seen you post and other people post. And like I've listened to other like Bills and Miami Dolphins. Like there are people calling up. They are worried. They're worried about this team because they know we have really like a lot of depth, and all of our guys, like our young guys, are on rookie deals. So they're worried, and they should be.
100%. Yeah, it's look. The only question you have with the Jets from the roster standpoint is just the health. And like, I get it. Aaron's coming off a serious injury, but he practiced in December last year. He has had no issues all summer. He's looked great. And he's not a guy who has a history of injuries. Like Tua was healthy for 1 year. Now all of a sudden we're not going to say he's injury prone. Like we could say, is Tua going to stay healthy too? I'm not going to say it because we said it all last year and he played every game. But like, to me, it's like, it's a year-to-year league, man. Injuries happen. It happened to the Jets. We move forward, and they have a team that's equipped to handle, some conventional injuries. Like you don't expect Aaron to go down on the 4th play of the year again. If he's out there for 14 games, this team's going to be a playoff team.
Oh, absolutely. The next thing I wanted to say is when I heard about the new kickoff rules, the first 2 people I thought of were Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. And with Tariq Cohen retiring, what are the chances you think that those 2 guys are seen, at least maybe not every day, but like in an Antonio Cromartie situation where we need 30 or 40 yards on a kickoff? What are the chances you think we see one of them or both of them, returning the kick? Because I think that'd be a really interesting, good dynamic duo, or even one of them could really help us out in a pinch.
I don't hate the idea of doing that in like a big moment in a game late in the year or the playoffs with Cromartie, that example. But I don't think it would be Garrett ever. But I could see Breece being put back there in the right situation. Boy Green, what about you?
Yeah, I would say similar because, Jake, you've been saying this everywhere, whether you're doing it on your show or other people's show, that the kickoff is a big-ass run play, and that's what it sets up to be. And Breece Hall, with the explosiveness and burst, he's the perfect kind of player for what this new kickoff rule is. So, again, to me, it would be break the glass, Antonio Cromartie level stuff for the Jets to do this, and maybe that's what Brant Boyer's working on. Me and Jake both interviewed Thomas Morstead, and one of the things I asked Thomas, I'm like, is Brant Boyer cooking anything, like up behind the scenes? He just smiled and said, that's the number one way for me to get my ass on the waiver wires to tell you anything. So he said, you know what, we'll turn on the TV and watch. So maybe we will get some Breece Hall after all.
So the last thing I just want to say is I would absolutely live with Charles. I eat all the time, whenever. So Charles, dinner is any time Charles Gorman wants. I'll tell you that right now. He can come over dinner tonight if he wants. How much money are we talking to give Bobby a sponge bath? Because I've done worse for less, but it's not free.
Volunteering for everything.
Man, well, Bobby's a capitalist, so I'm sure we could come up with something.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say is, Jake, I love the cap stash. It looks good, man.
I appreciate it.
It looks really good.
Thank you. Barbarossa, call back, man. Where have you been? This was a great first call out of you.
Oh, man, I've just been listening. I've been a fan for a whole year. Like last year, I was a fan driving home from teaching summer school, and I just was like, oh man, this is awesome. I would come home and crack a few and watch your show. But yeah, Friday. I just got a new job, so I'm really psyched. So
I love it. Well, congrats, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, man. You too. Take care.
Barbarossa, everybody. How about that?
Silent majority. We were just talking about it.
Yeah. Literally, it's crazy. I meet people I watch every day and never miss a show, and they never call in. People think it's only the people that call in that watch the show. It's like, check the views on all the videos we post. There's thousands of people that are tuning in.
Yeah.
I just received this for some context on how tall Charles Gorman is.
Okay.
This is from Gator, so I present this with no comment.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
That's funny. Trice with a super chat ordered a Jake Asman Show dad hat. Look forward to getting it. Trice, thank you, man. I appreciate the support. That's awesome. Get your merch, jakeasman.com. We added a bunch of new hoodies today, shorts, slides, doggy bandanas, female.
By the way, what is
line.
a dad hat?
A dad hat. So I have 3 types of hats in the store right now.
Yeah.
I have a trucker hat, the snapback, and the dad hat is just like the baseball cap.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why it's called a dad hat. It's like a baseball cap, basically.
Okay.
All right. One last call, and then we wrap up.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
sir.
joining us right now is one of the all-time greats. He is our king. Ladies and gentlemen, King Lowski.
Jake, my brother. Paul Boy Green, my brother. Paul Boy Green, my gosh darn brother. It's always good to see you fine gentlemen, you fine Jet fans on this glorious Friday. Let me just get a few points off. I'm glad you put me on last, Jake. Are all the kiddies gone? Are all the kiddies eating dinner right now playing? Because I got a few things to say, damn it. Okay, let me say this, man. This whole Haason Reddick thing. I just got a few questions for y'all. Is there a point where the organization is at fault here to where they're not getting it done on their part? Is there a point where the organization is jeopardizing this Super Bowl run? I just want to know.
I mean, if he's not there, I mean, if he's not there for week 1 and then he's not the same player or he gets hurt because he's not in football shape, it jeopardizes the run. So that could happen if this drags on, a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, and I would say that, for instance, sometimes when I'm driving and I know I'm in the right with the decision and I could get into a car accident because I'm in the right and someone else is making a dumbass decision, my fence is like, just let him in. Like, just stop. Like, it's not worth it. Like, eventually the Jets have to have the same conversation. I believe, again, they have the leverage. Haason Reddick can never play for another team unless he eventually suits up for the Jets. So they're in the right in terms of, hey, we got the ultimate card here. We can win. But if this is dragging into the season, they're only hurting themselves because they want to win a Super Bowl, and they know that Haason Reddick is one of the best players on the team at a premium position and he can help. So to your point, yes, there is absolutely a moment where it's on the Jets, no matter how right they may be, that they're screwing themselves for a title.
Right. So that's my feeling at this point in time, and I feel like right now, okay, the organization, Woody, you need to step in, son. Okay, you got all this. I know Woody pays, all right, and I don't have nothing wrong, and ain't nothing wrong with Woody because I know he pays, damn it. But hey, it's a point in time where you got to stop paying for them damn chains and get this man in the damn building because now you jeopardizing the damn Super Bowl. Okay, let's be real, fellas. All right, and I don't want to crash out. All right. And the preseason is tomorrow, all right. But this is just, I just keep hearing this name, Haason Reddick. If this guy is the Super Bowl piece, okay, get his ass in the damn building, all right. Fuck the money, all right. At the end of the day, the Rams said, to hell with the picks, to hell with the money, all right. We are realistic fans, the most realistic fans in the damn NFL. We know when our window is open, okay? Get his ass in the damn building. I don't give a damn what you gotta pay him. Pay him what the hell you gotta pay him. But at some time, you gotta get his ass in the building to get his ass with this Super Bowl championship defense, okay? Because now is the damn window, all right? We don't have Patrick Mahomes windows, Lamar Jackson window. We don't have that shit. Okay? Get his ass in the damn building. I want to see him in the damn building. I want to see him hit. Okay? Because right now it's pissing me off and I don't want to crash out. I don't want to do it. But damn it, I gotta do it. Because at the end of the day, this is our time. This is our damn window. Okay? To hell with this. Get his ass in the building, man. Damn, man. Pay him. To hell with the money. Woody, you got it. You got it, Woody. You been sitting up there buying all them damn Woody and the Jet chains. To hell with Woody and the Jets. It's all about the Jets. Jets. Get his ass in the building.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
He makes some good points.
Yeah, that's that first question really rings home. And man, I feel bad for whoever was the car next to King Lowski in that parking lot. Wow.
Yep. If your ears hurt, just know mine do as well. Tremendous.
What a show.
3 super chats, and then we're done. Kyle says, if nobody except us wants to trade and pay Reddick after double-digit sack years, what will his market be if he sits out? It's Le'Veon Bell all over again. He's killing his market.
Yeah.
Ryan says, Jake, this has been the best show ever. I'll be calling soon. Best show ever. That's strong praise, Ryan. Thank you. King, you're back on. Asman, who I met on Wednesday night, he came to the meetup on crutches. This guy's a real trooper, battling through injury to be there. The King speaks. We all listen. Indeed. Boy Green, this was a lot of fun. I had to ask you this question because it's the first time we've done this weekly segment we're doing before an actual Jets game tomorrow. You're known for a lot of things. Obviously, you're live every day, 7:30 in the morning. That's your staple. You start the day off. You set the tone for everything that's going on with this football team. with what's going on around the league, but we all know that you also do a post-game show. So I take everyone back to this moment, and we find out if this will happen again in 2024.
So we're going to get into all of it here. Again, my name is Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We come 2 hours after every final whistle here for the post-game show. And I'm going to be honest. The only good thing that happened to me late tonight, early this morning, was making sweet, passionate love to my fiance, which I did. After the article was written and that kind of stuff. That's the only good thing that happened. Not great. Terrible.
All right.
Yeah.
Will you be going live 2 hours after the game ends tomorrow? And in between the writing and stuff, will you be making sweet and passionate love to your fiance?
Yes, but there will be a difference. The boots will be clanked after a Jets win, baby. Eat the W. And hopefully that's not the only thing I'm eating tomorrow night. Thank you very much. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boy Green.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
All right. I don't know if we'll ever be able to top this show.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
We'll try next Friday, I suppose. Boy Green, excellent job at you.
We've set the bar. We set the bar, baby. I love doing this with you, Jake. This is so cool. It's long overdue, and I'm glad that we're doing it. It's been kick-ass, and thanks to the fans, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Eston Jr., subscribe to his channel. If you're watching on his channel right now, because we're doing the simulcast on both channels, like the video, baby, on both. Hit the subscribe button. Everyone out there in the chat, you guys are great. I've never laughed so hard at some of the comments. I had to mute my mic at one point when certain things were happening on the shows, just a laugh. Anyway, Boy Green, you're the best. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Sounds good. Peace out, everybody. God bless.
He's Boy Green. My name is Jake Asman. Hope everyone has a great, great Friday night. Once again, I'm live tomorrow right after the Jet game goes final. So I'd imagine if the game starts at 12, we'll be live around 3:30, in that range roughly. First post game of what I hope will be either 23 or 24 of them. 3 in the preseason, 17 in the regular season. And either they get a first round bye or not, 3 or 4 in the playoffs. We can only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Thanks to Boy Green for coming on, all the callers, all the super chats, all the channel members. I'll talk to you guys soon. JETS. Jets. Buy your merch, summer merch. It's out. JakeAsman.com. Thanks to everyone for your support.
I do love that about Jets fans. You know what I mean? They care so damn much. And this has been a shit season for sure. But we will be back.
Hell yeah.